The Nintendo Switch 2 leak train continues to storm ahead. Despite Nintendo throwing out some Xenoblade Chronicle X, the story continues to remain around Nintendo Switch 2 and what is happening, because there are so many leaks going on now. And Nintendo has actually thrown a little bit of fuel on the fire themselves, so we're going to talk about this and more today. So before we hop into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you guys are kept up to date with everything going on here at Trendtendo. We are on a goal to hit 4,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy this type of stuff, hit that button and let's just dive right in. Now we got to start off with Nintendo, as I said, because they have thrown a little bit of fuel on the fire themselves. Now they have started by changing the banner on their Twitter account, or X account if you will, to a picture of Mario and Luigi presenting to a white blank screen. Now, some people have gone and used Wayback Machine to see what that was like previous to the Switch announcement, and yep, they used the exact same banner previous to the Switch being announced. So the thought is that Nintendo is now gearing up finally to actually show us the system, and that eventually it'll be Mario and Luigi presenting the Nintendo Switch 2. So even though they have given us Xenoblade Chronicle X information this morning, the story continues to surround this Twitter X header change to Mario and Luigi, because that's what people are the most hungry for. Now that is from Nintendo specifically. As I said, the leaks continue to roll in. So over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, we have a couple of new stories that we have got to talk about. First being, people have shown up and said on this, they are posting links that French retailers in particular, and I will talk a little bit more about France later as well. It seems a lot of stuff coming out of France right now. There's some French retailers have begun posting links for Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, basically, like that's in their system. Some stuff even for GameStop has popped up, according to them, where they have some Switch 2 accessories in their system as well. Not the actual system, but accessories are beginning to pop up into GameStop's system. Now, this is, as I said, we talk about France, we got to go back to some things that happened at CES, where some French reporters talking with Genki and some other, of these third-party manufacturing companies, they are saying Nintendo Switch 2 is going to release in April. So that means we are much closer to a reveal than we may think, and I think Nintendo has done, kind of tipped their hand a little bit by changing their header, maybe. I don't think they do that just for any reason. It's obviously something is going to be happening. Now, the consensus is that this is going to happen within the next several days. That is what some of these French people were talking about. There's a video and some stuff that's been translated around. They basically are saying that this is going to be within the next several days. Now, the assumption being, probably sometime in the next 7 to 15 days, in the next week or two, probably. No one quite knows what 7 days is, but that's kind of the consensus at this point, is that it's within the next, 2 weeks, basically, that something will be revealed. We might not be that far away from Nintendo Switch 2 finally being revealed, and with these retailers, starting to load up things in their systems, you would think that pre-orders would begin fairly close to when the announcement happens. Now, if we really are looking at an April release, it would make sense that these would be available and that places like GameStop and, what other French retailers that they have uploaded, these places are going to be wanting to be taking pre-orders ahead of the actual launch. So if it's an April launch and we get a middle of January reveal, that gives them half a month of January, February, March. You're looking at 2.5, 3 months, depending on when in April this thing releases. Probably going to release, middle to end of the month. So you're looking probably about 3 months or so to get pre-orders in and to get people hyped and build up this marketing cycle, which would be pretty exciting. If it's in April, that is much sooner than what a lot of people have been talking about. Right now, a lot of the talk has been centered around June, July. There has been, maybe even May is the soonest. That has kind of been the talk and the chatter that it seems like from people like Nate the Hate and some other people. They had been talking about a late spring, early summer. Well, April would be a early spring release, so that's, a couple months ahead of where we would think and what we have heard. So that's pretty exciting in my opinion. I think Nintendo doesn't necessarily need to have a long marketing cycle. So it makes sense to me personally that, if January reveal and an April release is definitely on the table and something we could potentially see. Now, again, this is all speculation at this point. Genki has come out, as I said, some of these other third parties are basically saying that April is when it's going to come out. We can't take their word for it at this point. They probably are operating with some good information, obviously, based off of the things that they have shown us for Nintendo Switch through thus far. So we have to wait though until Nintendo does something, and it doesn't look like we're that far away. At this point in the video, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on all this. You know, are you sick of Nintendo Switch 2 talk? Are you just waiting for Nintendo to reveal something at this point? I know a lot of people are, you know, upset and sick of the constant chatter and talk about Switch 2. I think people are just really hyped for it. You know, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and it finally seems that all the pieces are coming together, and we are so close. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on all of this, as well as any thoughts on Xenoblade. You know, I said we did get some information about that today, so if you have some thoughts about that, love to hear those as well. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that button and like this video on your way out. It really does help. I appreciate it. And until next time, catch you later.